Hola Bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel, and this is Al, my spirit guide. Welcome to episode 6 of season 7. And as you can see, guys, I'm totally enjoying my new lighting setup and I'm playing with it. It is currently 10 p.m. here in Javier Costa Blanca, and I thought it's Monday. What a good time to step out of the ordinary and create something magical and extraordinary. We all need it, guys, don't we? Even the Swiss, in Germany also, we have Fasching. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, it's in February. It's a bit like Carnaval, but without the samba. But where people completely put on their costumes and step into another persona and literally go a bit cuckoo, letting out the shadow side in a good way. Because if we're too stuck in our mundane persona, a part of our soul atrophies. So if you're with me for some magic, you've landed here at the right spot. And I have upgraded my mic, which was quite funny. Another comment from my wonderful mother, she was like, that wooden stick you're using might come across as something different. I was like, oh my God, Mom. But then I'm like, okay, I really need to step up. Now, this is my mic. Unfortunately, what it's missing is the connection to the electricidad, but it doesn't matter. We can do without it. At least it looks a bit more pro, yeah? So, disclaimer, I'm going to sing for you, and it's a song that you probably know by Nina Simone. Vamos allá? Let's do this, guys. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. In this old world is a new world, and a bold world for me. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of pine, you know how I feel. Your freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Come on, that was fun. We gotta we gotta enjoy ourselves, honestly, guys. You know, today was one of those days where I can't remember what did I get done. Oh yeah, I went to the tax office only to get another appointment, and then I just tinkered about at home and, you know, the mundane stuff. Cooked for myself, had a nap, did some research, did some writing, and I could sense a vague wave of melancholia kind of coming in like a smooth tide. And I welcomed it, but I did not succumb to it. What I did then was to finally watch a movie that I had put off for a while. It's called, oh gosh, Easy Virtue. Easy Virtue. And the actress, I am in love with her. I gotta look up her name again, 1 second. Easy Virtue. I totally fell in love with Jessica Biel. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly. And there's this tango scene in there. And it's a comedy, but there's a lot of sarcasm in there, which I love. And it just made me step into another world. Isn't that the beautiful thing about art, about cinema especially? I love cinema. And I thought to myself, it's up to you to to connect with the sacred in your life, to connect with the magic in your life, and to create some magic. It's really up to us. We are the generators of this. Maybe even generators, maybe there's a better word. We are the vessels or the conductors of this magical source energy that is just like a tap waiting to flow through us. The question is our tap open? Are we literally a vessel, a conductor for that source energy, or have we blocked ourselves off? That's the question. So here at Mel's Magic Official, we're all about allowing that stream of magic to flow through us and shared with the world. Yeah? And in order to stop my potential tendency for rumination, I thought we'd put on a late night show. Not that one. But pull some cards for you. A la 3-card short story. Okay? And go with the stream of magic. Vamos allá. Connecting with your Aska team, my Aska team. All our angels, our gods and goddesses, ancestors, and benevolent spirits, help us to stream and tap into some magic. Let's create a beautiful short story. Va? How does a story begin? Let's see what comes out. I'm loving this. You know, I can record anytime now. I don't have to wait for the lighting to be perfect. I can just create my own lighting. And the cool thing is that this circular light, it has all kinds of different settings. So at the moment it's set on green, but I can have like a red light atmosphere. I can have white light, yellow light. It's amazing. Even like disco lights. So we'll try out different things here. Okay. First card. Literally fell on the table. I love it. Wow, it's beautiful. Let's look at it together. Can you see this clearly? So, gosh. Magic Mel, get out of innuendo mode. There is a hand with a finger pointing towards the center of what could be interpreted as a color wheel, a mandala, or maybe both, because mandalas, or chakra wheel also. 1 second, I'm going to turn this away a bit. I'm still in the spotlight. Oh, wait. Let me fix it here. Okay. So, the mandala, the circle of life, the flower of life, the snowflake, they all represent this fundamental universal structure, no? For me, it brings up this relation with, because I've done research on Jungian theory, this metaphor of the self, which is at the center of the mandala. It's the golden center, the golden flower. And we've spoken about the importance of the self, no? Without which there's literally a void in us. If our self is not present, not whole, then we try to find the connection and the satisfaction and the sourcefulness or the resourcefulness of that connection with outer things, with addictions, with substances, with relationships, but nothing can fill that void. That's why in this day and age of this grand transition in which we're all part of, it is so important to find and create our center. Do the shadow work, i.e., really work not only with our conscious mind, but with our unconscious, with the parts of ourselves that we've rejected, that we do not like to see as part of our ego, that we point fingers to in other people because we're triggered by the very aspect in them that we have disowned within us. Coming into wholeness is really about integrating all of these different aspects of the self so that we feel and come back into wholeness. And it's a game of opposites. It's a unification of opposites. You can take any polarity in this sense, the good and evil, the masculine, the feminine energy, the assertive and the timid, the creative and the reflective. They're all different. They're different polarities or different ends of the same polarity, on the same continuum, just different sides of the same continuity. And if we only allow ourselves to focus or accept one side of the polarity, only the positive without the negative, only the joy without the pain, only our masculine aspect without the feminine aspect, of which our psyche, regardless of our gender, is both made up of, then we feel incomplete. We are out of balance. So this wheel of life is very much founded on the wheel of the self, the circle of the self. And Jung states that there is no direct linear path, just like life is not a linear unfolding of events. It's more like a circumambulation. It's basically not going like this, but going around in cycles, in a spiral form, slowly approximando, slowly approaching the center. And in the center, we realize that it's always a paradox, that we are an individuality that is important as a differentiating point compared to other perspectives, but at the same time, this individual self is also connected with the universal self, the divine self, which is the all. So it's both in one, but we can only access the universal consciousness through the formation of the self. That's why it's so important to do this work of coming back into our sacred wholeness. Yeah, this is what this wheel talks to me about, especially because the hand is also pointing towards that center. Yeah. Card number 1. Number 2. What's in the air for us? Here goes my nose. My spirit guides are present. What is the second card here? Second card in our late night story. You never get bored here, guys, no? We always come up with something fresh. Always come up with something different. Main point being is that I don't want to get bored either. You know? I don't want to get bored. It's an exploration, experimentation, unfolding, uncovering of our infinite and dynamic self, which also requires a flexibility in our mindset, you know, not to be too rigid and attached to our belief systems, willing to let go. Oops, fell down. Willing to let go of one belief system if it no longer serves us, in order to avoid being rigid. Didn't we have this yesterday? It's our beautiful musical chairs. Musical chairs, but in the reverse. So it speaks to me about decluttering in the reverse. It has a different meaning in the reverse. So decluttering. So you see several chairs here, and I know in our video yesterday we ascribed a different meaning or different interpretation, but now the card tells me that it's important to declutter. There's many chairs, but perhaps you only need one. Make it functional. Make it aesthetic if possible also, and make it beautiful. Be a little bit, go a la Marie Kondo and ask yourself, do I have too much surrounding me? What do I really need? What satisfies my need for functionality and gusto, aesthetic pleasure? Because that's important too, to surround ourselves with beautiful things. Do you need to do some decluttering, guys? Tell me in the comments box, because I've done my decluttering stint. That's a warning to you guys. Who of you needs to do some decluttering? Remember that when we clear our physical space, it affects our mood, our mental space, because the outer is an extension of our inner landscape. Yeah, so make sure that your surroundings reflect how you would like to feel. Is there enough spaciousness in your life, in your home surrounding? If not, take it step by step. Take the first steps and slowly releasing things, letting go of things. To create some spaciousness and for potential new items to arrive. Not necessarily though, like in my case, I'm like, wow, I actually really enjoy the spaciousness. I want to be very, very intentional if I do decide to bring something in. And that should be for everything, not just muebles, not just furniture. Okay, what's the third card? Thank you so much, the Asgard team, for guiding us, reminding us to continue on our path towards individuation and wholeness, to declutter our lives. What else needs to be said as part of this little story? Okay, 2 cards came out. Should we do an exception? Yeah? Okay. We had this before. This is crazy. A new card. Okay, you might remember this card where there's a trampoline and 3 people catching the person who's standing on the top of a building. And I'm going to interpret now in a different way. I think they use these trampolines also when there's a fire in a building and you need to jump. I want to interpret those similarly, though, that, there are people who want to help us, who are there when we need to jump into the unknown, when we need to take a leap of faith, when we're maybe unsure of what the next step is. It's this notion of taking a leap of faith. And in this case, maybe the group of people is the universe itself catching us. We're so scared sometimes to try out something new because precisely that, no, it's new, it's out of our comfort zone. It has some kind of inherent risk because the mind cannot fall back on the familiar experience. But in taking that jump, in taking this leap into the unknown, that's where the excitement and new life can thrive too. So having the faith that whether it's our community, our support group, but the universe itself is there to catch us every time we take a leap of faith is an important reminder. Yeah? So there's that. And the second card that came out as an exception, I'll take this one too. Let's see. There is a lady. I just need to look at it a little bit closer. There's a lady writing in her journal. It's interesting because I can picture myself in there writing my notes in the evening. And she has a kind of magical wand. Can you see that lying with a there's a proper another name for that, this magic one, but I can't think of it now. And there's a headlight that looks also a little bit like this part of the percussion instruments. You musicians tell me, drummers tell me. But she's creating this space of solitude, a space of reflection, the space and time to be with herself. And we talked about this, the importance of relating to ourselves, of conversing with ourselves. And journaling is such a beautiful way to externalize our thoughts, but also to take hold of the narrative that we're creating, because we are the authors of our own lives. We literally, when we write it out by hand, create momentum in the quantum field, because we are spelling. We're spelling out the story that we want to create. It's important to look at it that way. I often write down all kinds of fantastical things and release it into the quantum field, because I believe in magic and I want to live a magical life. That is my intention. So why not allow our imagination to roam? Use our imagination for what it's made for, to imagine and feel ourselves into, to write the script of our lives. So the question is, are you taking some time? It doesn't have to be much, but it's an act of devotion to create that space, that intimate space for ourselves, where we can get a clearer picture of what our thought processes are. Look, I'm going to share you a bunch of my journals that I use for different aspects of my life, but it's become such an essential part of my life to write. And all kinds of fantastic things come out of that. You can create it, make it personalized, whatever suits you. The style of the notebook, your handwriting, the pen, you can really make it like a ritual. And rituals are a beautiful portal to connect with the sacredness of life. Yeah. So I want to leave you at that with these short reminders and keep the video somehow short too. Everyone who's here, I super appreciate you. Welcome to Mel's Magic Official, where really I am allowing myself to free flow into all kinds of creative expressions. It's a way for me to get out of my own way and to allow the creative stream, which I feel is the divine stream, because we're all creative. It's something that's innate to us humans to be creative, but it's also allowing this divine spirit to flow through me. And that itself is healing, I feel. That alone is wholesome and healing, to get out of our own creative flow and just let it unfold in whatever shape or medium that suits you. So I hope my videos inspire you a little bit, make you reflect on your own processes. And yeah, if you resonate with my messages, like, share, and subscribe. You know where to find me. I have my email in the description box below for tarot readings and coaching. And see you soon for the next episode. Who knows what Magic Mel is gonna bring to the table, okay? Have a wonderful night and see you soon, guys. Sending lots of love. Ciao.